Hello, we're back in the studio today and I'm attempting to tame these water drops. Learned a lot from the previous couple of sessions. Decided to change the colour, just couldn't get away from the idea that it just looked like somebody piddling into the cup. So I'm using blue water now, which hopefully is going to be abstract enough. So hopefully this little Osmo is going to track me as I walk around. Yep, okay, so the cameraman is with me. So I'm going to take a little bit of a tour of the studio. I'm going to do that on the phone in a second. But behind me we've got the live view on the laptop screen. And over here we've got the shots coming in on the big monitor. So I've got the camera here. Let's see if I pick that up. Not low enough. Let's see if we can get it lower. Disconnecting me, but I'll switch to the phone and we'll come back to this video in a second, and then I'll set it up for a wider shot and we can see what's going on. But over to the iPhone, let me switch. And there we are. Hopefully the Osmo is still recording, it's still tracking me. One of the good things, I've recently updated my phone to an iPhone 11 and it does have a wide angle camera on it, which is quite nifty. So that's what we're using now. And we've got a big sheet of black perspex on here, and you need that kind of depth because the camera is very, very low. So the view that we're going to get, if we look on the resulting shots, you can see that there isn't a lot of that perspex in view, but it is almost, that's probably about 2/3 of it there in that reflection. You need a lot of space in front to get a decent reflection. Over here we've got just a sheet of Savage Translum. This is the heavyweight Translum, I think, but I might be mistaken, it might be medium. And around the back, illuminating that for the shots, we have one AD200. Now I'm using the AD200 because it's the fastest light for the output that I've got, and in fact it quite niftily tells you what the T1 time is. Now that's the time that it takes for the flash to reduce to 1/10 of its peak output, and you can see that's 1/8,500th of a second, which is enough to freeze water, and that's at 1/64th power. Which is one stop up from the minimum. So I'm at ISO 500 for this at f10 because I need quite a bit of depth of field as well. And we're illuminating the video today with this, but I'll turn that off for the shots because it is impacting the shot just a little bit. There's just a faint glow which will introduce a bit of blur, which I don't want, so I'll turn that off for the shots. More light control, have the blackout blinds down. I've not attach the magnets, it seems to be sufficient just like that today. If you need real photo dark, we'll turn off all the lights. We might even close the laptop. And I'm triggering the light with the X Pro 1, the Godox X Pro 1 trigger. That's fairly normal. And it displays what's going on the screen there. And we're triggering the camera with this, who made this thing? Pixel radio camera trigger, which seems to be fairly reliable. So I've got a little, that's the receiver, this is the little trigger here. So I've just got the blue water mixed up in various jugs. I've got my kind of like master supply down here, and that big 100ml syringe. Now I'm using that to remove the water from the glass in this instance, so I don't have to pick up the glass and therefore have to clean it again, get my fingerprints off it, and reposition, refocus and all that malarkey. It's just easier to suck the water back out with the syringe, put it back into this intermediary cup and jug, and this is the jug that I'm doing the pouring with because it's a little bit easier to maneuver than the big one, and and I'm trying various sort of heights and angles, and I've got this glass at the moment on an angle on some blue tack to try and aim for the bottom surface and get it to curl around. It's not quite curved at the bottom. It's actually in a Teller jar, I think, this. But they kind of market them that way, and the fact that you can use them as glasses. It is flat bottomed, obviously it's got to sit on a surface, so it's not like a wine glass with a base on it, so it does have a flat bottom. So it's not quite doing the job, but due to the lockdown, I'm unable to go and buy different glasses at the moment. I might try and get some different ones. I've also got some plastic flutes over here, which we might try some things with. I can bounce these, so without breaking, hopefully. I've also got my glass handling, Michael Jackson style white gloves. These came with I think with the Fresnel that I'm using on the light. And I think, yeah, we never mentioned the Fresnel, which is this attachment on the front. This is made by Aperture, and they make it for their continuous lights, but it has a Bowens fitting on it, so it quite happily goes onto this S-Fit adapter, which then clamps around my 8200. The 8200's got the bare bulb in, not the Fresnel head, because I don't want a rectangle of light. I just want to fill this lens at the front of this modifier, which hopefully you can see there, mind my fingers. So there we go. This frame is just made of waste pipe, which you would get from B&Q. It's 21mm Flowplast overflow pipe, and they make all the little corners and gizmos and attachments. So you can get 45 degree, 90 degree, that kind of thing. So you can make all kinds of frames from that. You know, I've left this one loose so I can take it apart, but you could glue the joints. So just another look at the live view. This is a piece of software called Control My Nikon. Let's just move that out of the way. And the live view is off at the moment, but this was the last frame from the live view. It gives you focus peaking, which is lovely, right? So I can manually focus the lens from over there and you know, see the results in real time on this monitor, which is nice. And you can see the settings there on the camera, 1/100th of a second, f10, etc, etc. And you can change those on the laptop or on the camera. And then over here we have the results coming in, and I'll need to do a shot without the blue tack at the end of all of this, just to get the sort of base of the glass in the right place. So I'll just sort of remove the blue tack and just hold the glass at the top and take some shots just so I've got that bottom edge of the glass to comp in later. But let's get back to the Osmo, and I'll show you a bit of pouring in action. I'm taking about 3 shots each time. So I'm pressing the trigger at the moment of peak capture, and then so the rest is just tail off, really, just in case something interesting happens. I've resisted the urge to sort of just pummel the trigger because it fills the buffer quite quickly. All right, let's get back on the other camera and we'll give it a go. And let's see, yeah, because we need to drink coffee first. Not you can see me doing it, I'm shut down. Right, so first of all, we need to just remove this water from the last shot. It's just food colouring, right? It's the first thing that, so buy yourself a set of colours from Sainsbury's. And I'll just make sure everything's working. I'll leave the lights on for these, just so you can see. Yeah. So wait for the images to transfer so to interfere when I'm shooting. When it's finished. Okay. Right. So we get our jug like this. We're going to aim for that bottom section and pour away. So here we go. Let's see what we got. Not bad, but it's a bit messy. So we're going to set the water moment, it's just over 100 now. Okay, let's give it another go. There. A little bit messy. Maybe I'm going to try. I'll try pouring from a higher height at a certain amount. So maybe we'll top it down. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think we'll try that one again. Now, one of the other things we've got to remember is to clean our injection screen, which is the advantage of using Translon, of course, over more traditional tracing paper rolls. I can just wipe it down. So, let's try that again. Here. Got a good curl on that one. That was a bit high, a bit too far that way. Didn't get that nice little curl onto it around from the bottom edge. So let's try that. Okay. So there we go. You see we've made a mess of the ball there. I should take that piece of electronics out of the water, off the potential water space. On the floor, of course, we've got a plastic sheet which is catching all of this stuff, I hope. The floor is sealed anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. But where most of the water runs off, I've also put a plastic tray on the floor to catch the majority of this. Clean up the bin, just mopping up a few bottles off the plastic, and away we go. And I can see how much stuff I've got to mop up. There we are. Right. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I've got a bit more work to do in just taking the shots without the blue tack. And I'll probably do a few more drops, I think. And then I'll composite those together in Photoshop just to get that bottom edge on. And I also took a clean shot before I started. So before I started chucking the water, when the glass was in place, in focus, should also have, where's it gone? There it is. Right. So, I've been using this smaller syringe to focus on. So I just put that in the glass, focus through the glass up to that, because the water is going to be in the middle of the glass. I don't want to focus on the front surface of the glass, I want to focus on where the water is going to be. And so I put this in the middle. And of course it's a round glass, so it just sort of rolls. It stops naturally in the middle. Focus on that, take it away, take the clean shot without all the bubbles and the water and the splashes and the junk, and then throw the water about, and then we can compost together. Now, there's nothing to say you can't put more than one set of splashes on there. You could take splashes from other shots, and I did that on the last one, but I just fancied another couple of drops up there. So you just look around for one. It's got a drop in more or less the right place, then you can copy them. As we've got a gradation on the background, you need to kind of place them in place. If you try and start moving them about, it gets a little bit more complicated. You could probably do it, using levels and a combination of blend modes and things like that to stitch them together. But there's no reason to get that complex, to be honest. They're just taking off splashes so that there's stuff in various places in the frame, and then you can use bits of whatever frame you fancy to compile it together. At the end of the day, it's a piece of art. It's not a documentary, so do what you like. Including having blue water. I don't know who drinks blue water. I can only think of one set of adverts that blue water was used in, and it wasn't for drinking. So I'm going to get on with this, and hopefully you'll see results right